Dear learners, good morning. I hope you are all very fine. Today I teach about Xerophytes morphological adaptations. What is meant by Xerophytes means? Xerophytes means the plants grow in a dry habitats. That plants only grow in a dry environmental factors, that is also growing in a steric conditions. So the plants also known as the xerophytic tolerance plants. In tolerance means what are the factors involved in means say extreme dry condition, low humidity, high temperature, high wind flow. These are all the circumstances that plants also grow in the particular places. Okay. Next, the plants, xerophytic plants divides into three different kinds. One is the drought escaping plants, second one is drought enduring plants, third one is drought resistant plants. Okay, so first drought escaping plants means the plants grow only the moisture time alone. In drought condition the plants cannot grow. So that is called the drought escaping plants. That is also called as ephemerals. The example is Ascro, Mon, Maxigana and Solanum. These two plants are example of drought escaping plants. Next one is the drought enduring plants. Drought enduring plants means the plants that tolerate drought due to the presence of small sized leaves. Okay, so that is the called drought enduring plants. In the example Echinopsis, the plants is a very good drought enduring plants. The plants grow throughout the year also. Okay, next is a drought resistant plants. So what is meant by drought resistant plants means plants resisting the drought due to the presence of morphological, anatomical and physiological adaptations occurs. These plants can adapt themselves, so that is called as the drought resistant plants. For example, we are all very known about the Bryophyllum, Aloe and Opuntia. Okay. So next we say about what is adaptations in the xerophytic plants means. The adaptations means the specialized feature of plants helping for their survival in dry habitats are called xerophytic adaptations. Okay. In the plants adapting the morphological, anatomical and physiological adaptations. In this class we saw about only the morphological adaptations alone. Okay. So in morphologicals the absorbing maximum amount of water and retaining the water for long time. Third one is the reducing the water loss from plant body. Last one is the reducing the consumption of water. Okay, these are all the adapting factors are involved in the xerophytic plants. In the pictures we see the lot of xerophytic plants, the aloe, bryophyllum, opuntia likewise. Okay, let me see one by one. In morphological adaptations, the root system, stem and leaves. These three parts only adapt themselves for the environmental factors. So first one is in root system. In root system, xerophytic plants, how they adapt themselves in the root system means first one is a well developed root system, second one is the root hairs are densely grow. Okay, in the below the ground the root hairs are developed very large numbers because it suck the water from the soil. Okay, third one is the secondary root growths. Okay, for example in Xerophytes the root system is nearly 65 feet grow. So the best example of xerophytic plants is the Prof and Trephulus. Okay. Next one is the stem. In stem, xerophytic plants, how it adapt themselves means it's a hard and woody stunned growth. Third one is a wax coated. In wax coated, the calotropy is example of the plant system. Second, stem modified into thorns. Okay. Finally, phyllocladode. These are all the stem adaptations in the xerophytic plants natures. For example, in gingibus plants, the stem is modified into thorns. Okay, that plants survive throughout the year. Okay. Last one is the leaves. In xerophytic plants, the leaf system, how they adapt themselves means the leaves, first one is the hair-like structures. The leaves are modified into scale-like. For example, asparagus plants. Okay, in the plants, the leaves are modified. The scale-like structures. Second one is caducus, last succulent leaves, water storage organ. For example, the leaves in aloe vera. Aloe vera is the best example of xerophytic plant. The leaf systems stored enormous amount of water content. Next is a phylloclad. Third one is a trichlorophyllae, stubulus. These are all the leaves modified examples of xerophytic natures. Okay. In most very common example of leaves, the next one is the nerium plant. We are all known about the nerium plants. Okay. In neriums, the leaves is a very thick leaf surface are present in the xerophytic plants. Okay. So, these are all the leaf modified of xerophytic plants. I think this class is very useful for your learners. So, thank you very much. This is the very common features of xerophytic plants. What is xerophytic plants and what is the morphological adaptations of xerophytic plants. So, thank you very much, dear learners.